Hi guys, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. So I'm coming to you guys with a real serious issue. I'm coming to you guys with a epidemic that has gotten a lot of people all over the United States and other external countries and states as well. And that issue is AIDS and HIV. I've been, there's a lot of people infected by this disease and don't know that they're infected by this disease or virus, and it can take years before it shows up in their system. So together, I want us to be the person who is the people who are the helping hands to these people infected by this virus. Together, we can be the cure. Our dollars are the cure. I believe honestly that the government has found a cure, but they're not going to release it until they get the money to release it because they don't want to tell Tim he deserved a cure and Jim he doesn't. So, guys, please donate today. I will be here on May 17th, 2015. I have also been affected by this virus. My aunt had this virus, and I've been affected by this virus because my aunt had this virus and she died and left behind three kids. Even though I've been in the foster care system and all those stuff, I have never known the feeling to lose a mother. So, and I don't know how it feels. Um, I try as much as I can to send one of my cousins money because of course, as you guys know, I'm not that wealthy that I can support all four of her kids that she left behind, but I try as much as I can to assist in at least one of them. And I try to have her call me, whatever is going on, whenever whatever she's going through in her life, because I am a couple years her older. As you guys know, I'm 23 and she's 20. So I try to assist her as much as possible, but it could have been me. I could have had the AIDS or HIV. Thank God I don't. So I don't judge them. A lot of people, when they hear people are affected with AIDS or HIV, they judge them, they treat them bad, or they discriminate against them. However, I don't. Um, I still don't even know what somebody with HIV or AIDS look like unless they tell me. So in case some of my viewers are like, what does that person look like? I really don't know. My aunt was living in Jamaica, and the family basically, like banished her when they found out that she was sick. They say that they quote unquote she had a look about her, so they knew she had that specific disease, and they basically like outcasted her and banished her and um treated her very badly, as if she had done something wrong because she had a disease that was incurable. So, I myself have a health condition that is incurable. A lot of you guys have been asking me to explain on it. I really haven't. I haven't elaborated on it at all. I want to get into that space where I will be able to elaborate on it because it is it is something that I can't take back. Um, as I've explained to you guys, I've been in a lot of domestic violence relationships. Um, this incurable condition that I occurred is a STD, but I am just not ready to tell you guys which one it is and how I encountered it or how I didn't. So a lot of you guys watch me. You're very interested in me and my channel, and I really, at this point in time, I'm an open book. Since I encountered this disease, I'm not as strong as I used to be because it weakens my immune system. So I find myself like sometimes tired. Like the average person maybe could do certain stuff that I can't because I'm tired, a little weaker than the average person, even though I do weigh 260 pounds and I'm 5'8" and a half. I find myself weaker than the average person. Um, when I Googled it and I searched my condition, I realized that these are all parts of my condition. It weakens my vitamin C and eventually it weakens my vitamin D, which is my bone calcium and all that stuff, all that good stuff that my body needs. I currently do take iron because I'm anemic, so that didn't really help contracting a STD that is incurable with already being anemic. Um, as you guys know, I'm also 23, so I've had to accept the fact that I have a STD that is incurable because whatever partner I'm with or guy I'm with, it's like anytime we get to that point where we might want to be sexual, I have to disclose that to him and let him know because the guy that gave it to me, he also gave it to five other women, and to this day, he denies having it. I was contacted by those women and they called me because they wanted to know who I was. They saw my number in his phone multiple times and he kept switching my name and they got concerned because they want to know who I was because there's, like why sometimes was I under a male name? Why sometimes was I under a female name? And when they call me, I just let them know, I can't have this conversation with you. He's been cheating on you, he's been cheating on me. He has threatened me, he has tried to stab me. He has done so much stuff to me. I can't have this conversation with you. You have to reach out to somebody that can help you because I am also looking for my help because this is a very hard time for me. I met this guy at 17 and I didn't really have, I feel angry because I feel like for a long time I felt angry. I'm not angry right now, but for a long time I was very angry. And I was angry because I was like, maybe if I had a father to protect me, he would have ran him away or something. And I was just really angry. I was very, very angry for a long time. And I'm not angry anymore because I've come to terms with God let stuff happen for a reason. Whether it be good or bad, He lets them happen for a reason. There's no way that if it wasn't God's will that I could have contracted an uncurable disease. Um, I guess I might as well just tell you guys what that disease is. Since I've been talking about it, also I'm going to leave a link on information where you guys can get like free testing if you're in the New York area. If you suspect um that your partner has been unfaithful to you and has given you some type of disease or anything, if you even just suspect that your partner has been unfaithful, um this guy has, I thought he had ruined my life, and for a long time I stayed in the house all by myself. I didn't talk to anybody, not even women or men. I didn't want to be around everybody. I felt like I was walking dead. I felt like everybody knew and I didn't know. I felt hurt. I felt betrayed. Again, like I said, when I met this guy I was 17. I also began to find out that he lied to me about his age. He wasn't as old as he said he was. Um, he had kids. He had told me he didn't have kids. Um, his daughter is actually a couple years. Literally, he claims that his daughter was 19, so she should be like 2 years older than me. So she should be in when he eventually wanted to tell, like I don't even know if that's the truth. I don't know if it's the truth. I don't know if it's a lie. I really don't know. Um, he also claims he told me that, it doesn't matter if I go, it doesn't matter if I leave because he has dozens of younger girls. At the time when I finally realized that I had herpes, which is what he gave to me, Um, it took a long time. I was doing S sexually transmitted testing for 2 years and I did not find anything. However, um, however, one day after the 2 years, I finally found out. I literally, I am actually going to get those records and show you guys. I feel like you guys need to see it to understand it. I think you guys will probably be like, you know what you're saying, that's not true. How could you be testing and it not coming up? So I am actually gonna go look for those records and get those records to show you guys so that you guys can understand that it is so important that if you can, there's certain domestic violence situations where you can. I was in one of those. I was scared for my life and I couldn't tell anybody because he had never lifted up his hand. He had never said anything, but anytime he talked to me, I just felt so scared. It just always felt like he was threatening me no matter what he was saying. And he had never said to me, I'm going to hit you, or, that came eventually, but initially when I was so scared of him and I felt scared for my life, he had never said any of these things. A year and a half into the relationship, he called me, and not even a year, maybe 6 months into the relationship, he started showing domestic violence signs, which initially when he first met me, um I was very scared to say no to him. I spoke to my foster mom about him. I told her, I didn't want to tell her it was me, and then eventually I started crying and I told her, I'm very scared. This guy has basically been stalking me. He would be in front of her house. He would ask me, he had asked me where I lived, and I never told him where I lived. I told him, I live in the neighborhood, because I felt like he was too old for me to from the beginning. However, However, there was also other people of that same culture that looked older than their age than they really was. So, I am going to do another video further in depth, but